Hello and welcome to another deck profile here from Rickady's Productions. My name is Ricky, and today we're going to be profiling Marincess Adventure. I've seen a lot of Marincess decks out there, and I have not seen one with Adventure Token, which personally I think is crazy because I think it actually adds a lot to the deck and just fills in some gaps that the deck is missing. Wave is a really good card, but I think Adventure Token is better. You can't search Wave when you do Adventure stuff, but like I said, Griffin having a negate for either Nibiru or any other hand trap, I think is more important than having a wave for your opponent's turn, just because if you can't have a board, then who cares. Enchantress itself is also an extender, which is really funny, so double Enchantress is actually a pretty good hand, as long as you have one Marincess. The discard is also pretty good. Usually we never discard Draco back unless like it's the last possible option, just because that removal is super important. But sometimes discarding Pascalus and reviving her with Dive to make a Bahamut Shark is pretty good. Plus, Fateful Adventure also gives Argonaut or any of the other equipped monsters protection, which, if you are going the Crystal Heart route, is, I think, important, because they can just attack over it, and usually if you're Argonauting, it does go down in attack when you negate a spell or trap. Plus, Griffin, the token, plus any of the Link 4s with an equipped monster, or any of the Link, or the other Link 3, that's game. It's 8,000 on board. So just one thing that's I think the deck's also missing is just being able to kill by itself. And then Draco back, just obviously being removal helps a lot. It's one thing the deck misses. Only the Link 4 actually has removal, it feels like. So being able to do that and bouncing is insane. Plus it's a main deck out to mine, which the deck also has a lot of struggle with because Argonaut does not destroy the card. So outside of the Adventure Engine, I obviously just play a bunch of hand traps, but let's go ahead and get into it. We have 3 Water Enchantress. This is pretty standard. Search Rhytomeremis here. We play 3 of that as well. And then we play 1 Griffin, 1 Draco back, and 1 Fateful Adventure. Even having just Fateful Adventure on the board when you have an equipped guy is pretty good, but just a standard package. We're just trying to get a negate and some removal out of it. So basically just using it for the most standard it can be. Then we play 3 Marincess Blue Tang. She's the one I do want to start out with, and you just don't get to use her dump effect when you normal summon her, but when you bring her back, you just use it again. Anyways, the Mill being able to chain block is pretty good as well. Yeah, she's a really good card. The Excavate. And then 3 Marincess Spring Girl. This is the best Marincess monster. The free special summon, plus also the chain block by milling. This one actually does mill. Sometimes you mill Water Enchantress, and if you do that after making, and then if you can banish the Water Enchantress after you making the Heat Soul, and get a little more attack there as well. We play 3 Seahorse. This is, outside of Pascalus, my least favorite one to draw, because she's not level 4, but she is full combo, even just by herself. Which any of these guys are full combo, but this is like, insulates through hand traps. So if this is the only one you draw in 4 hand traps, it's not too bad. Pascalus I just play because I like dumping her off of Blue Tang if I already have everything. Just being able to add back any card is pretty broken. Even adding Dive when is pretty insane. So, and then we play 3 Dive. I could see people playing this at 2 and then putting in an extra hand trap. I'm currently playing it at 3. And then 1 Battle Ocean, mandatory, unfortunately. Gives you all the equips and gives you 2,000 extra attack, which is the best part. It also does some chain blocking, but it's usually not relevant. I usually tend to chain block this because I don't want it to get hit by Ghost Ogre. Anyways, Silent Mining is 3 of those. Since I'm playing such a low Marincess number, I do want to see this as much as possible usually. Sometimes you don't even have to use it if you see enough Marincess. Then you play 1 Marincess Wave. This is just good. Makes you guys unprotected. It's an imperm from hand. Like I said, usually don't search it, but you can sometimes excavate it off of Blue Tang, or you can just mill it off of Spring Girl and then add it back with Anemone or something else. Ash Blossom, we played 3 of those. So these are all the hand traps. Droll and Lockbird, 3 of those, which I think if you have a full board and then plus Droll, it's pretty insane going first. And then 3 Effect Veiler, 3 Forbidden Droplet, and then 1 Called by the Grave. Like I said, you could cut maybe some of the cards in here, Pascalus and a Dive to add more. I think Ghost Ogre is pretty crazy this format. I just was not able to find exact space for her. So that's everything for the main deck. Let's go on to the extra deck. This is pretty standard. So we play 2 Blue Slug, and 2 Sea Angel, the 2 of the Link 1s. Yeah, these are pretty standard. Add a spell, add any Marincess monster from grave. Next we have 2 Coral Anemone. This is the best one. Special summon back from the grave, anything with 1500 or less attack. So you can special a Water Enchantress back if you get DD Crowd or something weird like that. And she also adds back any Marincess card. So anything you mill off of Spring Girl, you can usually add back with her. We'll play 1 Marbled Rock. I actually want to play her at 2. It's just hard to justify, I feel like. 1 Coral Triangle. She is the Wave Search. Sometimes you just have to make a Link 3, and dumping her in a grave is not too bad. She does have an effect where you can banish her from grave, and then special up to Link 3 from your graveyard. She's like my least favorite one. She's like at the least attack too. It's pretty crappy, but you can summon her back off of Anemone, which is funny. AQUA Argonaut, obviously the negate, the only attack her, and she also has a bounce, which is the only other type of removal in the deck inherently. Marincess Great Bubble Reef, make her all the time. She's the heat soul of the deck. Banish her in the standby phase to draw a card. I wish you could do that during the main phase, but too bad. And then also, she gains attack every time a card is banished, so she can get really big. And then she also lets you discard a water monster to special summon a Marincess back. And then we have 1 access code, 1 area. She's super important. You can use a Nibiru token plus anything else to make it. You can crash it, search for anything else. Also, there's a bunch of water monsters in the format. Extra water enchantresses if you get rid of a Halka Fibrax. Just a bunch of random crap that's water in the format. Plus, it also works against Flaunderies, which is a pretty hard matchup for this deck. And then Splash Mage. This is you can make a line with this with Seahorse to make a Link 4. Don't really like him that much, but just because you can do that is pretty important. And then we played Bahamut and Totally Awesome. Like I said, that just on top of Adventure Engine and a Link 4 is basically game. Just to go over my side deck for this deck, obviously you can just decide yours, but I think these are probably the best choices. Dark Ruler no more. Scythe boards are basically impossible to play through, so you need this or a Forbidden Droplet to play through it. It's pretty hard out there. 3 Cosmic Cyclones, just for mine. Anything else? Red Reboot is a good card. Should be banned. Token Collector, because I couldn't find anything else I wanted to play. You could play 2 Ghost Ogres here, I guess. And then 3 Nibiru. I usually only put this one in with Crossout. I've never put it in. But, you know, in theory, like, Nibiru is good against a bunch of decks this format. So, yeah, Crossout as well. I only put this going first just to insulate yourself against hand traps again, because Nibiru is in the format. So, that's the hardest card I feel like to play against. Usually I just do 3 and 1. So that's the whole deck there. I do think this deck is done in 2 weeks. That's why I really wanted to put this profile out. Splight is, I don't think this deck's gonna be able to compete against that deck. It's actually pretty insane. So you have like a week to play it, but I think this is the best build. I don't know why people aren't playing Adventure with it. The versatility it gives, plus just being able to fill in some of the gaps that the deck has as a weakness, I think is really important. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of the deck, and if you have any questions, be sure to post it in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.